Good evening and welcome to Telford Ice Rink for tonight's ice hockey action. It's back-to-back against Milton Keynes this weekend. Last night the Tigers won 2-1 in a very close game. We'll find out how they get on tonight in a couple of ticks. Tonight's a very special occasion as well, as we've teamed up with the British Heart Foundation. This is Kelly to tell us a little bit about what will be happening at the game.
Thanks, Paul. Yes, tonight the Telford Tigers are going to be supporting one of their official charities, which is the British Heart Foundation. So as you might notice, the fans have swapped their orange colours for red, and the players are wearing red laces to also show their support. So it's great. We've got staff here collecting donations and just giving out information to raise awareness about the charity.
Ahead of tonight's face-off, let's have a chat to Callum Bowley. So, quite a close game last night.
Yeah, it was a close game. Both teams worked hard. It was a bit cagey at times. They just made it hard for us. There wasn't many clear-cut chances at times. They chipped in deep, got on us quite a lot, but yeah, it was a tight.
Quite a physical game as well, from what I've seen from it.
Yeah, it was scrappy at times. Like I said, there weren't many clear-cut chances. It was a bit cagey, but yeah, it was a good game.
Good evening, welcome to Telford Ice Rink for tonight's ice hockey action. It was 2-1 when the two teams met last night, and it's the Telford Tigers taking on Milton Keynes here at Telford Ice Rink tonight. Line change comes in. Zabo across to Weaver, back to the back post. Zabo tries to find Silverthorne and he skates forward and puts it in the right hand corner. 22 Jason Silverthorne from 10 Peter Zabo and 14 Jonathan Weaver. Now Dan Scott sets up the breakout, takes it behind the net. Phillips and Hook coming back. Andre forward to Bearbray. Cuts inside, shoots and scores! That's a great play, drove down the right wing, on the backhand, cuts into the centre lane, and then finds an empty spot over Wall's shoulder in the top right-hand corner to put the second goal on the clock in just over a minute and 9 seconds after the first. Wiggins tips it forward and Silverthorne has a dig at him. Now Zabo drives forward, Salem heads for the goal. Save from Wall, deflection off. And there's a bit of a cluster in the corner. Zabo lays it off to Salem, takes a deflection. Wall got to it, and then the puck went over his shoulder and bounced into the back of the net. Now the netminder's head will be all over the place, letting a third goal in, this time under 2 minutes later. Zabo over to Salem. Salem carries it in, drives the left side, puts it through on the backhand to Zabo, shoots, and unbelievably off the skate of Wall in the pipes, and it goes in the back of the net. Wall must be mystified by that. It was just a backhanded tap off his skate blade into the back of the net for the fourth goal. Weaver looks for the pass to Silverthorne, intercepted by Hook, one-on-one, puts it on the backhand and shoots wide to the right of the post. That was the first clear opportunity of the night for Milton Keynes, and Hook won't be happy. He put that wide of the post. Weaver, Zabo. Again, Hook doing the business, feeds it forward to Emersick. And Milton Keynes have had more attacking opportunities on this short-handed play than they had for the rest of the game. As we end the first period, it's the Telford Tigers 4, Milton Keynes Lightning 0.
After the first period, the Telford Tigers are 4-0 up, and with Katie, a Tigers fan. Katie, how do you think they played so far?
I think it's brilliant at the moment. Our communication skills at the moment are excellent compared to last Sunday, where it all went a bit downhill quite fast, even though we weren't. Zabo, excellent. Sammy Zajac, even though he hasn't had the puck that much so far, will always be my favourite. He's not afraid to get stuck in there, because he's quite a small guy. Even against the big guys, he's not afraid of anything. And our goals, especially, I think it was the fourth goal, I didn't even see it go in. I was like, is it in? Is it not in?
It's been a really
fast-paced game, yeah. And at the moment, it seems like we're quite dominant. Like, they're quite scared of us, I think, at the moment.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, we played them yesterday and it was only a 2-1 victory, so I think they've just gone at them hard. And I think the Milton Keynes have just realised
Yeah, I think they're realising that we're pretty tough. We're not scared of them.
How important do you think the fans are?
It is important. It's important for the team to hear the fans behind them. It's great.
Yeah. Well, considering that away to 2-1 victory, so that probably has a big part to do with it.
Definitely. They're in the attacking zone a lot more than they are normally, so it's good to see that they're having an offensive impact on the game.
Yeah, perfect, and hopefully we can keep it up.
We'll see. We'll see.
Welcome back to the second period. So Milton Keynes versus the Telford Tigers. A 4-goal lead going into period 2, and Telford win the draw. Goes back, D to D, up ice to Silverthorne, takes a deflection. Zabo caught in his feet, he pushes forward, hits the blue line, gives it to Salem. Salem shoots and takes a deflection. This time it's Headley that gets a touch on it, and then it goes over to the back of the net. And wow, Milton Keynes netminders talk about off form tonight. 5th goal for the Telford Tigers, 2 minutes 14 seconds into the second period. Now, 2 players drop the gloves. It's Bennett and Wiggins. So everyone's up on their feet. Wiggins looks across, calls him in. Wiggins gives him a shot. Owen goes over the top, makes one. Wiggins makes 2. They get back up, and Wiggins goes over the top, feeds a couple in. Bennett got a couple in as he came across. The referee blows the whistle and says, right, okay, off you go. Andre, shot from the point. Silverthorne makes the shot, and Zajac goes across, and they won't be happy with that because Zajac got caught up in the netminder. It wasn't deliberate, but of course Milton Keynes busy protecting the netminder. So Zajac decides to go, takes his helmet off, let him go, and they'll go one-on-one. But Christie's going, no, don't want to play. So Zajac had the opportunity then to feed him, showed him the decency of taking his helmet off and letting him go 50-50. Call, penalty coming. Slashing on Costaruca, I think, 88. Milton Keynes, number 88, receives a 2-minute minor penalty for slashing. Right, Martin Andre and McPherson are both throwing. A couple of players trying to split them up. Miller's pulling a guy off. Andre's tooled up. Miller and Green line up, and Miller's going. So Miller and Green decide to go. Miller clutches at him. Grabs the right hand, loses balance, goes down, comes back up. Miller over to the right, Green throws 2 lefts. Miller kerns him and then throws him down. Little bit uncalled for, but Joe seems somewhat upset by it. Now Martin Andre's going with McPherson, which tied up. Carr over the top, sticked out. Carr leans forward at the end of the second period. It's the Telford Tigers 5, Milton Keynes 0.
Second period of this game has been quite contrasting to the first period. The Tigers have still kept a clean sheet. I'm with Felicity, a Tigers fan. What do you think of the second period?
Certainly a bit different to the first, wasn't it?
Definitely.
Clearly MK can't stand not getting on the score sheet, so have to try and take control of the game one way or another. Bit of a shame for our players that they can't just play their game, but it's the way it goes sometimes in hockey.
Definitely. I think it's down to, like you said, the frustration from MK. How do you see it panning out in the last period?
Hopefully everybody will settle down a bit now, they've got it all out their systems, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's a few more knockabouts before the end of the game.
Definitely. I can't see MK coming back anyway, so...
No, I think we've done too strong a lead. They've not got it in them now to pull it back. 6 goals, I don't think they're going to do it.
Definitely, so let's hope that...
Fingers crossed!
Let's hope it goes back to the way they were playing in the first period.
Let's hope so. Good game of hockey is what we all like to see.
Definitely.
I reckon it was a tight period. Tigers had nothing to lose. The other team had all of it to gain, so they're trying to get the momentum back in their own hands.
Definitely. It wasn't as smooth as the first period. I think MK were a bit frustrated. Would you agree?
I wouldn't. I think it's game tactic, because if they can't win playing a fast game, they're trying out physical us out the game, so out strength us, push us out the game.
Definitely. The Tigers have they've done well in order to keep a clean sheet, and they've scored again, so it's 5-0 now, which is
It is, and it isn't, because they're 5-0 now, but then they're going to come out and think they're going to have us on a quick one now, I reckon. So it might be a bit of a double-edged sword.
Okay, so what do you think that the Tigers should do in the third period now?
Well, they've got a game on Wednesday, which is semi-final against Guildford, so they've got to think they need to rest some of their players, but they don't want to give too much away. If they give a couple of goals, then they'll come out and they'll have more head of steam.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we'll see what happens in the last period. Hopefully, we'll keep a clean sheet and it'll be a nice, comfortable victory.
Should do.
We'll see. Thanks for all of the Tigers fans for giving their opinions so far. Let's take a look at the third period. Scoreline at the moment is 5-0.
Welcome back for the third period of ice hockey action. The Telford Tigers with a 3-goal lead as they face off. Emerson and Zabo battle for the puck. Goes back to Silverthorne, but there was an additional whistle suggesting that one of the players encroached on the face-off. So now we reset. McPherson and Salem just behind the netminder. Milton Keynes win the draw this time. Goes back, D-to-D pass. Goes cross ice. Kosteruk turns, delays, puts it towards the back post. Took a deflection from Max Bearbray and it's a goal for Milton Keynes. So it's 5-1 the scoreline. Zabo off the boards to Salem, skates down on the left wing, shoots, pad save. Silverthorne breaks another stick. That's the second breakaway with a broken stick for Jason Silverthorne, so he'll have to go to the bench to pick up another stick. Salem shoots, gets a pass from Zabo. Salem waits with the netminder, waits for the netminder to drop, curls to the left side and pops it in the back of the net for the 6th goal for the Telford Tigers. Zajac pushes up Green. Zajac rolls him into the boards. Christie carries the puck, leans in, tries to get the shot away. Carr's there and puts it in the back of the net for the second Milton Keynes goal. It was scored by 16, I think assisted by 14 at exactly 56 minutes. So, a great first period. Clocked a few goals up there.
Yeah, I think it kind of ended the game as a contest, if you like. It's the first time in a while that we've played 4 lines from the start of the game. Conscious that we've played Wednesday last week, we play Wednesday again this week, so it was good to run everybody for the full 60 minutes.
And in that second period, I think temper's got a little bit frayed, but it's just part of the game, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, we're playing a team back-to-back. A little bit of frustration maybe from MK. It's part of the game.
And I think that pretty much killed it for the third period, wasn't it? There was a couple of goals.
Well, they credited and they kept pushing hard through the third period, and I was disappointed that we lost the third period. They've got a lot of ability in there, and perhaps we should be a little bit more switched on. But again, playing 4 lines for the duration, guys are not on the ice as much as perhaps they used to. So 4 points for us at this time of the year is really important.
And of course, Wednesday it's that return match against Guildford. You've got a 1-goal cushion, but that was a tough game.
Yeah, it was. We weren't at our best down there. We were minus a couple of guys, plus myself. So coming in here, it's a hard place to play. We use the size of the ice well. We've got a good record at home. We've got a good record against Guildford. So it's a 1-goal game, but it's still very tight. It's still to play for.
So that concludes tonight's ice hockey action with the Telford Tigers winning convincingly 6-2. So it's Cup game hockey Wednesday night, 7:30 at Telford Ice Rink.